Oh, I'm a little bit stiff from the TRX, I must say, in the bum. Right, so lower body. So we are going to do a little bit of clown stuff too. Right, roll up the ball. Okay, fire those glutes up and get those knees stabilized, get those ankles stabilized, get those feet stabilized so that when we're running, walking, standing up, sitting down, we're not twisting on our knee joint or our hip or our lower back. So rubbing those hands down towards the feet and back, rubbing them down towards the feet and back. Go down the outside of your leg, just down as far as the knee. Really push that palm of the hand in. Give that muscle some massage. Get the blood circulating. Take the thumb down on the inside. All the way down the outside and then all the way down to those feet. And you can just squeeze your calf, activate the muscle. Hold on to those ankles, pull forwards onto your front bottom. So we start by getting this hip bending, learn the location of the pelvis to the spine. So pull forward onto the front bottom, push that head tall. We're not curling the back. Coming onto the front bottom, feeling that glute stretch. Feel that lower back stretch. And then we're going to sit up tall, roll those shoulders up to the ears round and back. So we loosen the upper back, roll those shoulders up to the ears round and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears round, put the hands on the floor behind, lift that chest up, take that chin to the sky. Use those feet to pull forward and stay vertical with the pelvis. Push that chin up, push that chest up, squeeze those shoulders together. And then bring that chin all the way down into the chest. Pulling that chin hard down, lift the chest up, stretch the back of the neck. So if we slump the chest now, we don't get the same feeling. I feel it more in my forehead now. So now I lift that chest up, pull that chin down, and I feel it down through my shoulders, through my upper back. Spin the head across to the right, keeping looking down. Pull that left ear from the left shoulder. Don't let those shoulders fall forward, pull them back. Lift that chest up, looking down. And then bring those eyes to the center. And then bring those eyes to the left side. Pulling that right ear from the right shoulder. Lifting that chest up. And then bring those eyes back to the center. Pull those shoulders back. Push off those hands. Bring the eyes to horizontal. Push the fingers away from you. Have your hands on the floor flat. And lean back onto those hands slightly. And push the hands into the floor. Make the bum loose on the floor. So we're pulling those shoulders down away from the ears. Stretching through those arms. Stretching through those wrists. Release the bum on the floor. Bring those hands in front, and this time round your body forward. Bend your knees a bit, hook your hands around your feet, and then stretch through that back, stretching all the way forward. And then lift yourself up nice and tall. Put those hands further behind on the floor. Push that chest up to the sky. Let that head lie back. Lifting that chest up, pushing onto the front bottom, squeeze those shoulder blades together. So this is that kind of fish-esque pose. Breathing in, breathing out, bring yourself back to horizontal. Okay, grabbing your roller. Grabbing your roller. So we're going to focus a bit more on opening, still on opening the front of the body, getting the back of the body to engage. Holding ourselves up straight. So rest the roller on the bottom ribs. Set the head in the hands. Breathing in, and on the out breath, laying over that roller. Pushing that chest up, let that head come down. Empty those lungs. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lifting that head up. Move the roller a few centimeters up. Breathe in. Breathing out. Let that head come back to the floor, breathing in. Breathing out. Bring that head back up. Move the roller up a few more centimeters. Breathe in. Breathing out. Lengthen. Push the tailbone down, push the breastbone up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift that head back up. Move that roller up again. Breathing in. Breathing out. Laying back over the roller. Keeping hold of the head in the hands. Roll that roller all the way down towards those bottom ribs. Roll that roller all the way up to the base of the neck. Roll that roller down to those bottom ribs. Roll all the way up to the base of the neck. Keeping the head low, keeping the bum low. Lean on the right side. All the way down, all the way up. Leaning on that right side. Opening. And then back to the center. And lean on that left side. Opening. And then back to center. Rest the bum on the floor. Rest that head on the floor. Have the roller in that bra strap area. Take those hands all the way overhead, reach and stretch. Take those legs all the way out, straight, reach and stretch. Breathing in. Push those hands away. Push those feet away. Lengthen. Lean a bit to the left. Lean a bit to the right. Lean a bit left. Lean a bit right. Come to the center. Bring the hands back in. Bring the feet back in. Take the head. Roll the roller up towards the base of the neck. Roll it all the way down. Roll it all the way up. Take the head in the hands, rolling it down. Lift your body off the roller. Pop your bum on the floor and then push off and sit up. Move that roller out of the way. So grabbing your tennis ball, pop it under your right buttock. So supporting the body with the hands, circles with that ball. So let the knee drop out a bit. So big circles around through that glute. Make those circles come smaller, so we pressure in the middle. And then you can just zigzag across. And you can zigzag up and down or swipe up and down. Roll up and down. And then find those areas of tension. Bring that knee up. Drop that knee out. Bring that knee up. Drop it out. Bring it up. Drop it out. Bring it up. Move the body so that you stay on the area of tension. Take that leg out straight. Bring that leg back in. Straighten. Bend it. Straighten. Bend it. Move that ball a bit. Find another area. Bring the knee up and down. So you work out which one activates the knot the best. And just stay till you feel a bit of relief, but probably 3 or 4 movements of the leg. Okay. Roll that ball over to the other buttock. So circles first. So the circles are exploring what's going on in that muscle. We can go up and down. When we find an area, we can go across. We're doing a kind of grid. Find the area of tension, lift the knee up, lower it. Lift up, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Pivoting with the foot on the floor, having the knee at about a 90-degree angle. Moving ever so slightly to make sure you stay on the tension. Take the leg out and bend. Out, bend, out, bend. Good. Take that knee back and that leg back and forth. Bring the knee up and down again, move the ball. I find it's a bit on the outside edge of the glute. Okay, move that ball around a bit. All right, hop off the ball, move that out of the way, bring in that roller, bring it under those knees. So first of all, we're going to do the sacroiliac joint first. So have the ball and the roller under the knees, feet flat on the floor. Make sure there's room behind you for your head to rest on the mat. Put those hands in front. Breathe in, sit yourself up. Breathe out, lower the back down to the floor. Come down to lying. Bring that roller in. So it's touching your bum. Bring your heels in so they're just under. Toes up, breathing in. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push through those heels, lift that body up. Fingertips resting on the roller. Lower the body down, one vertebra at a time. Arch the back at the bottom. So let's just get mobility through the spine. Flatten the back, push through the heels, drive the pubic bone up into the sky. Clenching with the bum. And then breathing out, lowering that back one vertebra at a time all the way down to the ground. Arch at the bottom. Push through the heels, flatten the back, pubic bone leads all the way up into the sky. Bring that roller in, rest it under the pelvis. Doesn't really matter where. Draw the core in and flatten the lower back towards the pelvis. Make sure those shoulders are back and down. Lengthen the shoulders away from the neck. Breathe in. On the out breath, drop that right knee down to the side and lift. Put the fingers on the pelvis if you want. Drop it down, lift up. Drop, lift, drop, lift. Keep the core strong so that we're not arching that back. Drop that knee out to the side and lift. Drop and leave it there. Now drive that side into the roller. Drive it in. Drive, 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 drive. One more. Bring that knee up. Drop it out. Drive it in. Bring it back up. Drop it out. Drive it in. Bring it back up. Drop it out. Drive it in. Bring it back up. Drop it out. Drive it in. Bring it back up. Other side. Left. Drop the knee down and bring it back. Drop it down. Bring it back. Drop it down. Bring it back. Drop it down. Leave it there. Drive that side into the roller. Release. Drive in. Release. In. Release. In. Release. In. Two more. One more. Bring the knee up. Drop it out. Drive it in. Release. Bring it back. Drop it out. Drive it in. Release. Bring it back. Drop it out. Drive it in. Release. Bring it back. One more. Drop the knee out. Drive it in. Release. Bring it back. Hold on to the roller. Bring that right knee up over the hip. Bring that left knee over the hip. Bring those feet over the head. Let the knees come down to the chest. Let the feet come over. Adjust the roller if it feels like it's going to slide away. And then pull those feet down. I'm using my hands. It's a bit precarious because the roller might scoof out. We're going to hold here, pulling those knees down, pulling those feet down. So this is like laying on your, leaning forward, but we're stretching that lower back. Stretching out that lower back. Hold on to the roller. Push that right leg straight. Release. Left leg straight. Release. Right leg straight. Left leg straight. Point those toes. Flex those feet. Point. Flex. Point. Circles with those feet one way. Circles the other way. Bring those legs down towards the body. Lengthen the shoulders away from the ears. Bend those knees. Let those feet come all the way over so they go on the floor. You can do one leg at a time if you want. Tiptoes on the ground and then heels on the ground, but make sure that your tummy stays strong and you don't arch your back. So Emma, you haven't done this for a while. Make sure your stomach stays strong. Pulling that lower back into the roller, lengthening the ears away from the shoulders. Straighten that right leg out straight. Push the heel out on the floor. Really pull that knee down to the ground. Pull that tummy down so the bend is at the hip here. Lengthening. We should feel this stretch every step we take when we walk, as our pelvis should be bending away from our legs should be bending away from our center line, which is our pelvis and our spine. Push that foot away. Lengthen. Bring that knee back in. Same leg. Push that leg away. Keep the heel down hard on the floor. Pull the tummy button to the floor. Stretch through this hip. Take those arms straight in the air. Take them all the way overhead. Reach that right hand away from that right heel. Feel that stretch increase. Make sure your tummy stays engaged. Bring the body straight. Bring those arms up into the sky. Bring them back on the roller. Bring that right leg back in. Stretch that left leg out. Push the heel on the floor. Push the tummy down towards the spine. Keep those shoulders back and down. Feel the bend where the leg goes into the hip. Feel the stretch through the front of that hip joint. Breathing in, feel the tension required in your stomach to hold that pelvis strong. Bring that knee back up. Push that leg back out again. Bring that leg back up. Push that leg out. Push that heel down to the floor. Take those arms up in the sky. Take them all the way overhead. Reach that left hand away from that left heel. Pull the tummy down so we don't arch the back. Got to pull the back into the roller. Increase the stretch through that quad, through that hip flexor. Breathing in. Breathing out, bring those arms back to center. Bring those arms up in the sky. Bring that knee back in. Take those hands all the way over. Hold on to the roller. Breathing in. On the out breath, push through the heels. Clench with the bum. Lift those hips up off the roller. And move the roller away. So just push it down towards those feet. Lower that spine to the ground, one vertebra at a time. Arch the back at the bottom. Flatten the back, lift that body up, pushing the pubic bone in the sky, and then lower. So we're just mobilizing that spine after having that tension in it. Okay, lengthen the legs out. Put those hands, so my knees are still bent, rollers under my legs, hands up in the sky. Follow your hands, roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Okay, bring that roller in under the bum. Hands on the floor behind, rolling that roller on the right side. So rolling that right buttock, circles. Find the areas of tension and roll in there. Staying on the right side. Go around to the side of that hip. Just staying on the hip. We're going to go all the way around this hip, onto the front. All the way onto the front. Rolling. And then onto the front of the other side. And then round to the side. And then onto the glutes. Sit yourself up a little bit as you go in the left glute. And then facing, sitting up or sitting on it. Put the roller into the bend where your leg joins your hip, and then rolling those hamstrings all the way down, all the way up. Put the left leg over on the right leg. Turn those right toes in and get the inner thigh. Turn that leg up to the sky and do behind it. Turning over onto the side of that leg. All the way down, all the way up. Continuing to go over on that right leg, all the way over onto the front. Turn those right toes out so we get a bit of the inner thigh again. And then onto the left leg. Turning the toes outward. And then going on to the front of it. Cross the right leg over the left leg to make it harder, if you want. Onto the outside of that left leg. All the way from the top of the kneecap into that hip. Over onto the side. And then over onto the back. Cross that right leg over. Make that left foot up straight and then turn it inward so we get some inner thigh. And then put both legs on the roller and rest your bum down. Roll it down towards those calves. All the way down, all the way up. Turn those toes out. Turn those toes up. Turn those toes in. Up to the sky and then out again. And then rest your bum on the floor. And now you can move that roller out of the way. So lift those hands up in front, legs out straight. Reaching forwards over those feet, stretch those hamstrings. Breathing in, breathing out. Pull those toes towards the nose. Lift that body tall so we're not bending the back. So Ross, don't bend the back. Pull the chest up, so lengthen. Chest up, head up. Pushing the front bottom into the floor. So we're trying to keep neutral spine here. We're trying to stretch the glutes and those hamstrings. Lift. Lift up nice and tall. Pop those hands behind you. Take those legs apart. Holding the on the inner thigh. Pull yourself forward onto your front bottom. Or put your hands behind your bum. And then lifting that head up. Pull those toes to the nose. Pull that body, pushing that body upwards and taking the front bottom down towards the floor. Bring those hands in front or onto the legs. So I'm trying to keep my torso in neutral. So I'm pushing my chest up, don't round. So Sandra, chest up, tummy button forward. Good, Hilary, nice Suze. Nice Emma, nice Roz. Chest forward. So as I bring my chest up and forward and push my front bottom down, I increase the stretch on the inner thigh. Bring those hands onto that left leg. Turn that body towards the left. Bring the toes to the nose, stretch through that Achilles. Using my right hand to turn my body. Bring my right arm up into the sky and reach it over towards that left foot. So the stretch comes into my lower back on my right side. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring that right arm up in the air, all the way around in a circle, back onto that left leg. Take those hands to the center, release those left toes, pull yourself forward on the mat. Pulling the chest forward, trying not to round, trying to push. Keep that body straight. Walk those hands to that right leg. Hold on to those right toes with the left hand. Sorry, with the right hand, right hand. Left hand is on that right shin, trying to pull yourself around. Then sweep that left hand up into the sky and overhead, looking under that armpit, feel the stretch through that left hip. Breathing in, breathing out, reach. And then bring that left arm up in the sky, big circle back onto that shin. Pulling yourself forward towards your toes. And then release your feet. Walk yourself back to the front here. Sliding those hands forward on the mat. Pulling that chest forward, stretching that inner thigh. And then lift that body up to vertical. And then put those hands on the floor behind. Lift that chest up, breathing in. Breathing out. release. Bring those feet back to the center. Bring those arms up straight in front. Lower that body all the way down to the floor. Take those arms all the way overhead and reach. Bring those shoulders away from the ears, bring the eyes up, arms up to the sky. Bring those hands apart, squeeze those shoulder blades together on the floor behind you. Let that spine lift up, breathe in. Breathe out, flatten the back into the floor, take the hands together. Breathe in, bring those hands apart. Lift that spine up, squeeze those shoulder blades together so we're getting that upper body working. Move that head and neck, spines away from the ground. Push the back in the floor, breathing out, bring those hands together. Breathe in and open, so the spine is arching and flattening. Close the hands, flatten the back. Open the hands, lift the back. Find neutral. Bring those arms up into the sky, keeping the shoulders on the floor, keeping neutral. Bring the right knee in, bring the left knee in, keeping neutral spine. So all the ribs are on the ground. Back of the head's pushing into the floor, lower back slightly lifted. Pull those knees in towards the chest. Drop those knees apart, pull those knees up towards the armpits. Take that right foot up, flatten the back into the floor, bring the left foot up, hold around those feet. Breathing in on the out breath, push the feet into the air. Into the hands. Pushing the tailbone down, trying to recreate neutral spine. Now you can hold the big toes if you want, or you can hold around the outside of the feet. So push the tailbone down, neutral spine, pushing those feet into the hands, trying to lengthen those legs. Keep the back in the floor, pull those shoulders down to the ground. Keep that neutral spine, breathing in, breathing out, push. And then release those feet. Bring the soles of the feet together, push those knees away. Stretch that inner thigh. Push the soles of the feet together, push those knees away. And then release, bring those knees back in. Take hold of those hands, take those hands straight up in the sky. Draw in the core, neutral spine, release the left foot to the floor, keep neutral, right foot to the floor. Lengthen those legs out straight, breathing in. Roll that body all the way up to sitting. Lift yourself up tall. Breathing in, arms on the floor, breathing out. Swing round onto all fours. Come sideways on your mat. Sideways on the mat. So, first of all, knees under hips, fingers under shoulders. So my hands are off the mat, my knees are on it. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Tailbone down, push that back up, bring the eyes down. And then tailbone up, bring that belly down, push those eyes up. Good. Tailbone down, eyes down, and back up. And then tailbone up, push the chest forward, bring those eyes up. Slide those knees apart from each other. Come down onto your elbows. Slide those knees apart, keeping neutral spine. Push that head away from that tailbone. Breathing in, breathing out, let those knees come apart. Good. Let those feet come out level with the knees. Now push those knees into the floor as if you're trying to squeeze those legs together. Lengthen that body. Push those knees towards each other, squeezing that inner thigh, breathing in. And on the out breath, release and let your legs stretch further apart. A little bit forwards and back, gliding. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Forwards, back, forwards, back, forwards, forwards, back. Hold yourself, pull those knees towards each other on the floor. Look down towards your crutch and check that you've got your crutch in the middle between your knees. You're not favoring one side. Breathing in, On the out breath, release that tension and let those legs separate a bit. Lengthen. Okay, bring the feet back together. Bring those hands back up and walk those knees back into each other and turn yourself around long ways on the mat. Turn yourself around long ways. All right, hands are under the shoulders, middle fingers parallel. Turn the inside of the elbow forward, knees are under the hips, feet level with the knees. Turn that tailbone down, eyes down, back up. Turn that tailbone up, eyes up, push that belly down. Turn those toes over so the soles of the toes are on the floor. Slide those hands forward and just stretch through those armpits. Just do one of these stretches, opening up this chest. So Roz, lengthen the head from the tailbone, push that chest down towards the floor, push those armpits down, breathing in. Breathing out, lengthen those hands away, pushing that chest down, breathing in. Breathing out, lengthen. Push those armpits down, push that chest down, breathing in. Lengthen, push those fingers away. Glide the bum back over those heels, let those hands drag, come back up onto all fours. Keeping those toes, soles of the toes down, neutral spine, so turn the inside of the elbows forward, lengthen the head, push off the toes, lift the knees off the floor and come up into down dog. Balls of the feet close-ish together, about 2 centimeters apart, knees bent, push off those hands. Push off those hands, bring those armpits down towards the feet. So sometimes my hands slip on this mat, so if I just lick them, it stops the slide. Bring the armpits down towards those toes. Push that right heel down, push that left heel. Push that right heel down and back, push that left heel. Push both heels back, push the knees back, push off those armpits. Feel the stretch through those calves, feel the stretch through those hamstrings. Feel the stretch through the armpits. Push the more load on the right heel, lift the left heel a bit. Push that knee back. Release. Push that knee back. Release. Push that knee back. Release. Weight onto the left side. Let the right side come forward. Keep the knee pointing to the hand. Push that knee back. Release. Knee back. Release. Knee back. Release. Put the weight evenly on both feet, spread those toes, push those knees back, push those armpits down, loosen that head and neck. Bring that left leg straight up into the sky. Bend the knee, push the foot up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten that leg and swing it through between those hands. The back leg, keep the back leg's knee always pointing to the hand in front. Lift that body up, lift that chest up, sorry. Push that heel behind you. Keep that back leg straight, lengthen that body so we feel the stretch through the hip. Now lower that knee to the floor, increase the stretch through the hip. Push that chest up. Push off this front leg, come to lift, bringing that pubic bone down to the floor. Bringing the pelvis vertical. Imagine you're pulling this front knee forward. Pulling it, sorry, the back knee forward towards the front foot, closing that gap, tightening the muscles on the front of this back leg. Breathing in. On the out breath, take that right arm up into the sky. Push that arm up, release the tension in the front of the back leg. And stretch through that side, leaning up, leaning over. Breathing in. And release that arm. One hand either side of this front leg. Glide that body back. Keep that front foot pointed. Flex the ankle. Point the toe. Flex the ankle. Point the toe. Flex the ankle. Point the toe. Glide that body forwards. Lift that chest up. Flex through this hip. Straighten that body back. Straightening this front leg. Stretch through that hamstring. Bend the front knee, glide the body forward, lift that head up. Going back, bring that toe up, straighten that leg. Swing those hands to the left side of that left leg. Swing those hands all the way around to the right side. Straighten the body, Sandra, chest forward. Yeah, come back to the center. Bend that front knee, lift that chest up, lowering that groin to the floor, and then walk this front foot across to the other side, to the other hand. Lift the back toes up, turn them over so the toenails are down. Hold on to this left foot, lower the left knee down so we come into pigeon. Lifting up tall, breathing in. Pushing that groin towards the front leg, breathing out. Stretching through that glute, lower that body all the way down to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Lower that body down to the floor. Release. Breathing in, breathing out. Walk those hands back towards this front foot. Hold on to that front leg. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift, pull the pubic bone forward. See if you can lift the heel up and bend those toes of the back foot. See if you can bend that back knee and see if you can take hold of that ankle with this hand. Good. So pushing that pubic bone forward, lifting up, stretching the back leg here. Now let go of that back leg. Push both knees into the floor, turn your toes over so you're on your toenails. Take hold of the hands behind. Lift and stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then release those hands in front. Lower yourself all the way down. Stretch those hands forward. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Walk these hands back towards this front leg, one hand either side of the knee, one hand either side of the foot. Turn the back toe over, lift the back knee up. Lift that body all the way up, come into plank. Come into the plank, lengthen. Lower the knees, lower the body all the way down, turn the toes over. Let those forearms come onto the ground. Push, clench with the bum, push the pubic bone in the floor. Push off those forearms and lift that chest. Breathing in, breathing out. Make sure the tummy's lifted. Bring those hands away from the floor. Eyes looking down. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold them at 1. Pulse them again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands next to the bottom ribs. Lift onto those thighs. Lift onto those knees. Turn those toes over. So the soles of the toes are down. Clench with the bum, knees off the floor, and then push up into down dog. Okay, bend the knees. Tummy to the thighs, push those armpits down towards the toes. Push that right heel down, push that left heel, right heel, left. Both heels down, armpits down. Stretch through that back, lengthening. Weight on the left leg, bring the right leg up in the air. Bend that knee, push the foot to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the time, the left knee's pointing to the left hand. Straighten that right leg and swing it through between these hands. Lengthen that left leg, pushing the heel away. Push that chest forward, breathing in. Breathing out. Lower that left knee to the floor. Stretching through the front of that body. Lift up onto the foot and the knee, keeping the pubic bone forward, stretching through the front of this back leg. Now pull that back knee towards that front foot. Breathing in. On the out breath, left arm up in the sky. Breathing in. On the out breath, left hand pushing up tall, releasing the front of the back leg. Stretching through that left side. Keep your toes down, keep your toes as they are. Don't go toenails to the floor yet. Reaching up, stretching. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release that hand, one hand either side of the front foot. Stretch that body, groin down. And then straighten that front leg, pushing that body backwards. Bring the toes to the nose. Point the toes. Bring them up. Point them. Glide the body forwards. So we're stretching the back leg, flexing that hip. Glide the body back. Stretch through that front leg. Bending at that hip. Glide the body forwards, eyes come up, chin comes up. Good. Hip groin down more, Sandra. Really down to the floor. And then glide back. Straighten that leg. Walk those hands to the right side of that front leg. Lengthening that spine. And then walk those hands to the left side of the front leg. Again, lengthening that spine. Bring those hands back to the center. Bend that front knee. Lift that chest, stretch through that back hip. Walk this front foot across to the left hand. Lower that front knee to the floor. Turn those back toes over, lengthen that back leg. Hold yourself here for a second, breathe in. Breathe out, and then lower down onto this, over this front leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. Walk these hands back to this front leg and lift the body up. And then bend that back knee. Take hold of that back foot. And push the groin down, stretching through this front hip flexor through the front quad. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release that back leg. Push the back and the knee, both knees into the floor. Take the hands away, hold them behind you, lift. Breathing in. Breathing out. Body as vertical as you can. Release those hands. Let them go all the way down on the floor as you lower over that front leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. Walk these hands all the way back to this front leg. One hand either side of the knee. One hand by the foot. Turn the back toes over. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back, inside elbow forward. Lift that back knee off the ground. And then bring yourself back into the plank. Lengthen the front of the body. Lower those knees to the floor. Lower that chest all the way down to the ground. Turn those toes over. Forearms on the floor, forehead on the floor. Clench the bum, draw in the core. Lift those knees. Point those toes. Lift that right leg up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg off the floor. Same with the left leg. Lift that up for 5, 4. Don't let the tummy go down. 3, 2, 1. Lengthen the head from the shoulders. Draw in the core. Keep it lifted. Lift both legs up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those knees to the floor. Slide those hands down next to the bottom ribs. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift that chest. Clench the bum, lift those legs. Draw the core and lift the belly. Take those arms away from the floor. Pass the hands up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put those hands by those bottom ribs. Lift onto the thighs, straightening the arms. Lift onto the knees, straighten the arms. Tighten the thighs, lift those knees off the ground, lengthen that body. Drop the knees, come up onto all fours. Not into child pose, onto all fours. Turn the inside of the elbows forward. Left leg out straight behind, knee to the elbow. Out straight, knee in, out, in, out. In, one more, out, in. Take the knee out to the side. Lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up at 1, pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee down. Right leg out straight behind. Bring it in for 5 and out. 4, out. 3, out. 2, out. 1. Hold it underneath. Take it up to the side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. No wiggling of the body. 5. Keep your head still, Hilary. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up at 1. Pulsing. 10, 9. Sorry. 8, 7. We're doing 5, 6, 5. Bring it back down beside you. Slide back into child pose. Stretch those arms. Stretch through those glutes. Walk the hands to the left. Drop the bum right. And then swing those hands right and drop the bum left. Hands in the middle, bring yourself up onto all fours. Walk your knees forwards on the mat, swing yourself around to sitting. Hold under those thighs, lift that chest up, push those seat bones and middle bottom into the floor. Slide those hands behind you, help to push up into neutral. Use your heels, pull forward on your front bottom, bring those hands all the way up into the sky. Bring those hands all the way out wide, dust the floor, back up again. Hold them in the sky, hands together, breathing in. Breathing out, push those hands up tall, take the eyes up. Pull the knees into the floor, bring the toes to the nose. Breathing in. Breathing out, release your arms. Rest them on your legs and roll your shoulders. Well done.